Welcome to your daily or your weekend focus, I should say. Welcome to your weekend focus for June the 9th and the 10th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you, truly, for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. So let's see what the cards reveal about the energy that surrounds us, how to use it in a positive light in order to go forward on our path. Dad. Stereotypical dad pops out, the King of Cups. Now, the stereotypical dad goes out to work and he provides for his family. He puts a roof over their heads, he puts food on the table, and he makes sure that they're safe, that they've got a plan, that it's workable, that it's doable, that it's grounded. And so Dad's here to ask you the plan. So you may be looking over the plan this week. How are you doing? Do you have enough money? What are you doing about it? Who surrounds you? Do you have a place to live? Do you like it? Is it a nice neighborhood? What do you want to be when you grow up? What's your goals? What's your dreams? How do you plan on doing it? That's all the questions Dad asked. So we'll probably be asking ourselves a lot of questions about our future path, of where we want to step into, what we want to step into, who we want to become, what we want to create, what we want to manifest. And do we have a plan? How are we going to get from point A to point B? We have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is all about gratitude. Gratitude that we need to, you know, we're so busy sometimes trying to manifest, trying to do those new moon affirmations, trying to put ourselves into the future, that we forget to take a look around at the miracles and the beauty that already presents itself every day in our lives. Maybe it's a flower growing through the cracks of a sidewalk that brings a smile to your face. Maybe it's the things that you own. Maybe it's the people that surround you. Maybe it's your talents, your gifts, your abilities. And so often we overlook so many things in our busy, hectic lives, of where we should just take a moment and say, I'm grateful, I'm thankful. So if I were to give you a pen and paper and say, go ahead and write down the top 10 things that you are grateful for, go ahead. Just say them out loud, because you probably don't have a pen and paper in front of you. Okay. Now, were you number one? Because without you, your health, your well-being, your positive attitude, nothing else can really be long-term in your life, sustainable in your life. You have to love you. You have to see the beauty of who you are, your talents, your abilities. And then, yes, push it outwards to the people that surround you, the things that you have. Maybe it's, the things that you hate, that you constantly curse under your breath. I've got to go to work today. Well, maybe you should be saying, thank goodness I have a job to go to today, because they're going to give me a paycheck. Oh, I have to do the grocery shopping. Well, it's good that you know that you have enough money that you can go grocery shopping. I have to put gas in the car. Oh, be thankful that you have a car to put gas into. It's those little things. It's flushing the toilet and it flushes. It's turning on the hot water tap and hot water comes out. It's opening up the fridge and everything is cold inside. It's turning on the burner to the stove and it ignites. It's having a good friend. It's having a mentor. It's having people in your life. And see the beauty and the magic that already surrounds you and is within you to this weekend. Now, I think the moon is in Aries for Saturday, but for Sunday it moves into Taurus, so that may be something that we can gravitate to a little easier in Taurus, because Taurus moons usually tell us to stop and smell the roses, to see the beauty. Aries is a little bit more demanding, and let's get things started. Let's move forward. Let's accomplish. We have the Page of Cups right in the middle, so this is a very spiritual weekend for us. We are very connected. The veil is very thin. And this card, just the way the artist portrays it, I always get the sense that we have to really pay attention to the positive in our life and not even, pay attention to any of the negative, as incredibly hard as that is sometimes. But you see the disaster behind her? You see that big wave that's just going to come and go right over her? And she is looking towards her future. She's holding onto that cup. She's smiling. She's feeling strong. She's feeling capable. And if she turns around and sees what's coming, she'll and lose her balance. And that's when we're swept away, because we allowed the energy, the negative energy, the bad news or the mishap to take us away, to make us lose our balance, to make us lose our focus on where we are going, of what we're going to put in that cup. So keep your back turned away from it, or keep your back to it. Keep you turned away from the negative. Try not to give it the energy. Try not to feed it into something it's not. That's also when a mentor can show up into our life, or we become the mentor or teacher. This is where we decide to learn new things, to step into new opportunities, where we can learn, where we can grow. Mercury is very active, so it's probably things we do rather than reading. We'll get more, we'll absorb more. We have the Emperor, so it's the plan. The plan is important. We can't just jump into something and hope it's going to work out this weekend, because chances are it won't. It's got to be part of the plan. It's got to be part of the master plan, the big goal, the big dreams. And yes, we may be thinking more about the baby steps right now, and that's okay. But we know that there is a broader picture, an expansive path. This is one of our highest diplomats in the deck. This is also one of our highest intuitives in the deck. And when you are in balance, when you are grounded, and you take in knowledge, you take in information, and you put that into your subconscious, into your higher wisdom, and then allow yourself time to process it, your intuition will lead you in the right direction. The Emperor never hopes or wishes that a goal is going to come to fruition. He knows it. He's planned it. He's asked the questions. He's looked at it from different angles. He's got a plan B in place in case something goes wrong. So it's a very strong and determined approach to where we are going, to what we want to manifest in our lives, to our goals and our dreams and our vision of tomorrow. Queen of Pentacles. Creating our abundance through our true passions. So much of this past week has been having those honest conversations with ourselves, wiping away self-doubt, seeing where we may actually not love ourselves enough to take the appropriate step forward, or we self-sabotage ourselves because we don't have enough belief within ourselves or our talents or our abilities. This is a very strong card saying that we can grow, that we can obtain. the abundance we want in our life, whether it be love or spirituality, good health, career, money, finances, friends, family, stature in the community. We have to love ourselves enough in order to allow ourselves the opportunity to step into our dreams, our vision of our tomorrow, and to know that we can do this, to have a faith in ourselves, a belief in ourselves. So do something nice for you this weekend. Reward yourself for getting to hear. We'll get an affirmation card or two. Look at that, the strength card comes back. The strength card is back. The strength card came out of nowhere and has decided to be one of our strongest cards, the 8, and that's the Saturday energy if you do the numerology for the day. 8 is strength and 9 is hermit, which really matches where the moon is as well. I can go the distance and know that everything occurs in divine appropriate timing. I have courage as I manifest miracles. When I allow spirit to work through me, I am strong enough to move mountains and overcome any obstacle inside and out. So this is, once again, you've got this. You can do it. You've got the talent, the ability. You've walked through the lessons. You've gained the wisdom. And very much about, I was going to pick up the Queen of Pentacles, but it's more of the Emperor here that we're talking about. Of tapping into that sage wisdom of yours and allowing your intuition to lead the way. I'm strong enough to move mountains and overcome any obstacle inside or out. So every time you have that little moment of self-doubt, there you go. I am strong enough to move mountains and overcome any obstacle inside or out, inside of myself or in my external world. I have courage as I manifest miracles. And I kind of thought this card right away when I thought we can manifest the miracles when we see the beauty, the miracles that are present in our life every moment. We sit there sometimes and we think about this wonderful time that we had, but we didn't know at the time we were creating that memory. So look at this moment as a memory being created for you. And are you making it spectacular and wonderful? Are you allowing worries and fears and anxieties to eat up that happiness, that miracle that could be right now in your life? Another, you say? Let's do another. The Page of Air. We have Mercury leaving the air signs, and we have the new moon right around the corner. The sun is in air energy. And here we have the Page of Air, which is new ideas, a theory yet not proven, curiosity, and new focus. This calls for greater investigation as we've only scratched the surface. I don't really know. That's interesting. If I explore this way of thinking, what can I learn? Very much the Mercury energy within this card. So this calls for greater investigation as we've only scratched the surface. I don't really know. That's interesting. If I explore this way of thinking, what can I learn? And so often, I like that I don't really know. Because we hate to admit it when we don't know something. But when we allow ourselves to admit we don't know something, we usually learn about that something. And next time we do know about that. That's interesting. To not get rigid in our thoughts and our perceptions. to look at things at new angles. I started researching Mercury. Oh my gosh, I got lost for way too long. Oh, look at this. The Emperor shows back up again. So the Emperor energy is very strong for us. Authority. Following the rules right now is exactly what I should be doing. People in authority come to my aid and give me good advice when I ask for it. I can have the strong confidence that this card suggests. Dealings with institutions like banks, governments, or schools are highlighted at this time. So I can have the strong confidence this card suggests. It's already inside of me. Look at how much the lion has shown up for us today in our reading. The courageous lion. And maybe some of that Leo energy of enjoying life. Our creativity, our playfulness. And don't forget about that this weekend. Yes, we work. Yes, we work hard, but we also need to play. And perhaps just as hard sometimes. But the Emperor is here telling us that right now we've got to follow the rules. We can't take the shortcuts. We can't take the easy way out. We can't kind of leapfrog our way up our path. We have to take it one step at a time. And to rely on our strength of courage, our self-esteem. To know that we are majestic in so many ways. And our wonderful animal will be so it's not so much a doing kind of weekend unless you're doing fun things. But we are presented with, the data at the very beginning. What's our plan? Where are we going? Can we obtain that? How are we going to obtain that? Blessings. We're back to the Four of Cups again with our blessings. The turkey reminds us to be grateful. Blessings, gratitude, and thanks. Feeling gratitude is not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. It's a perfect opportunity to create peace within your soul so that gratitude is pure and there is forgiveness from the past by looking at the now and then creating the future. Begin a new tradition. Maybe create a gratitude tree and write down a few things that you are grateful for each day and hang it on the tree as a reminder. Go around your dinner table and express thanks, not just on Thanksgiving. Create a gratitude journal. Whatever way you want to express your gratitude to spotlight your blessings, do it so that there is a constant reminder around you so that you can see that you are blessed, even when you feel otherwise. Now, where was that one line that I liked? I wanted to say something and then I kept reading anyways. It's a perfect opportunity to create peace within your soul so that gratitude is pure and there is forgiveness from the past by looking at the now and then creating the future. But looking at the now and creating the future. Seeing what you have to work with, not the lack thereof. There's been studies down on our happiness levels. And so one group they asked them at a young age, how happy are you? And they had different questions to put you on a scale. And then as they were nearing their elder years, they came around again and said, how happy are you? And they asked a series of questions once again. And so one of the things that we work on as humans is creating happiness in our life, joy in our life. But the scientists for this group found that we really only raise our happiness level by a couple of percent, even though it's one of our main focuses. And they found that there were some ways that you could increase your happiness level by 10, 20, 30, 50%. The top thing, the number one thing to do is exercise. Get out for a walk, get out in nature, get some exercise, get that blood racing, get that heart pounding a little bit. Number one way of raising your happiness. The second way of raising your happiness was a gratitude journal. So if you don't have a gratitude journal, or if you're kind of the person who doesn't even want to have a gratitude journal, I implore upon you to grab a piece of paper and a pen and try and make it light blue ink, because that attaches us, the light blue, to our spirituality and also to our creativity, especially when you're journaling. But for a gratitude journal, just get a piece of paper, okay, and write one thing that you are grateful for tonight before you go to bed. Maybe it's just because you have a pillow to put your head on. But write it down. Say it aloud. Go to sleep. The next night, write a second thing. Read them both. And go to sleep. Third night, you get the picture. And after a couple of weeks, wow, you've got like a page and a half of things that you were grateful for. And when you start to get into this practice, people fall asleep faster and they sleep more soundly. They have better dreams. And it raises your happiness, your joy in your everyday experience. And when your vibration raises, when your light raises, only more good shows up in your life because of it. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.